So how do you guys feel heading into tomorrow night's match? Coach was talking about focusing on discipline and really staying focused for the whole 90 minutes.
Yeah, I feel like that's the most important thing, discipline. After the last match against Pittsburgh, it was very difficult for us, and then now we have to come ready tomorrow and try to get the 3 points. Be disciplined, defend together, and do the things the coaches taught us.
What are your takeaways from that Pittsburgh game?
I'm gonna say it was very difficult, especially the first 15 minutes. We gave them like 3 goals. That was from us, but after the goals, then we was still good in the game. We tried to come back, but now all focus on tomorrow and try to get back in track and try to get the 3 points.
What is it about playing at home? You guys have had a lot more success here. Why do you think that is?
I feel like the fans, having the fans behind you, is so important. And we want to do everything for them, for the people to be happy.
And you got your first assist for Hartford as well last week. That was part of the positives. I mean, you were able to kind of get back into it with that goal. How did that feel to kind of get that little bit of momentum?
Yeah, I feel confident. That's what I've been doing so far. Even when I was in Israel, and I want to continue doing those things for the club, help the club, as much as I can. Yeah.
What's this journey been like for you? Just soccer, Israel to Connecticut, and also a long way from home, following a dream. What's that been like for you?
There's a lot of experience, a lot of highs and lows. Just learn and move forward, because this is part of soccer, part of the career, and it has been good so far. Yeah.
What's been the biggest high of this journey for you? The biggest high. You said there are highs and lows. What's been the high?
I feel like when I was in Israel, I get a couple of exciting moments. When I won the cup, with my club, and then I got the opportunity to be called in the national team. That's some of the things.
That's cool. Thank you for the time. It's been the focus of training heading into this week's match.
Just that we've been good at home against even top competition, so we just need to put 90 minutes of concentration together. We've seen the talent, we've seen what we're capable of when we concentrate and we're disciplined. That wasn't the case in Pittsburgh, and we have to get it back. We're trying to change the tide, and that comes by being big when it's difficult to be big, by being mature when it's difficult to be mature, by trusting each other when it's difficult to trust each other. That's, quite frankly, what we've talked a lot about this week is just discipline, because the group is good enough to go and win games against anyone in the league, especially here with such a good home crowd.
Anything specific you guys worked on today?
Yeah, today we talked about details. We talked about set pieces, throw-ins, all the little things that we got wrong in Pittsburgh. It started with a set piece 3-4 minutes into the game. We're better than that. We gave away a lot of our own throw-ins. We didn't recollect some of their throw-ins. That matters when you're playing a team like Phoenix, who went and won the whole thing last year, and they're a ball-dominant team. They want to have the ball, so we have to make sure that we keep the ball from them and we retain the ball much more than we did in the last game. That'll lead to high quality chances.
Last week you mentioned Loudoun and Louisville as the only really 2 losses that you were truly kind of embarrassed by.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if this loss falls closer to that or closer to something that had more positives you can take.
This one had more positives in the sense that we made 3 major errors in the first 21 minutes, but we grew into the game. We scored before halftime, we scored again, and we're just slightly offside. So I thought the response was good. The soccer was okay. We had a ton of the ball, obviously, because they could sit behind it, but I didn't feel like that game was a throwaway in terms of taking a few positives. I think the first 20 minutes would fall directly into that category. We were unprepared, and that starts with me.
And how do you kind of address that going forward?
Well, there'll be 4 changes to the group. That's part of it. There has to be accountability long term. We're trying to, like I said, change the culture, change the tide, and we've already made big strides in that, especially here at home. So we have to make people respect this place, and the only way you do that is you don't give anything away. You don't make mental mistakes. You don't take yellow cards. You just don't give them an inch.
Have you seen some of that discipline and the leadership from the players that you're seeking? Obviously it's coming from you, but have you seen it kind of with the players as well?
Yeah, we have a lot of veteran guys in this group, and I trust them. It's been someone different. That's what's been difficult for us to correct. It's been someone different every time we've had a major mental lapse. It's a few weeks ago you take double yellows when you're up 2-0 at home. I mean, just really crazy sets of circumstances that I haven't dealt with before. And my message to them is just be detail oriented. When we are good, we're really, really good and capable of winning a ton of games in a row. So we are capable of getting hot. We have half the season left, and we've been really good at home. So I think I don't want to oversimplify it, but I think details and alertness from the start of the game, and then composure as the game wears on, are the keys to the game for us tomorrow.
You had a first professional start for Greg there too. Obviously, giving up the 3 goals doesn't look the prettiest on the score sheet. But what did you see out of him in that first full performance?
Yeah, he stood in there. I mean, there were some mistakes in the performance, and that happens. But he stood in there. He, took his licks, and he came out and made 1 or 2 good saves in the second half, and that says something about who he is. He fought through it.
Thank you, Coach.
Thanks, Brandon.